If you are a hoop teacher, movement teacher, yoga teacher who has ever stressed out about not getting enough students to your class, or worse, holding back, not teaching at all, not sharing because you're scared that no one will show up, then you're gonna love this video because I'm gonna share 5 of the ways they're often overlooked too. They're not just your common social media strategy, but 5 ways that I get my classes, my workshops, online and offline, filled with bodies, because that's what we want, right? Hey, my name is Deanne Love. I have been a full-time hoop teacher online and offline for over 10 years now, and I've trained over 1,000 hoop teachers around the planet through Hooplovers coach training. So I've done a lot of things the hard way. I've learned a lot of things the wild way. And so these 5 tips, they're actually real, they work. It's not just some crazy magic or stuff that is too hard and you'd have to get social media managers and have like a whole bunch of fun. No, real. So listen up, grab your pen, do whatever, don't go anywhere. Here are my 5 tips for getting humans, amazing humans, big community into your classes, parties, workshops, or retreats. Okay, the first tip, whenever you're creating anything for promo, whenever you're sharing, putting out the word, communicating in any way, you want to offer solutions. Doesn't matter what platform, if it's print media, whatever, doesn't matter what you are sharing, you want to put yourself in your students' shoes or your potential students' shoes. What do they want to learn? I know that might feel tricky. It's like, I don't even know. What solution do you offer? Because in most promotion, everyone will say, I have a hoop class at 7 p.m. at this location. Perfect. Very important. Details are a must. You don't ever want people confused by your promotion. But on top of the details, you want to share what your solution is. In fact, what your special sauce is. And I know that can be tricky to uncover, and that's why in the very first module of Hooplovers coach training, the teacher training that I share, we dive deep into understanding what it is that you share and how you share it and what is unique about that. And that can take some energy, but it is totally worth it, because when you show up through your promotion and your communication with your community or potential students with a solution that you are offering and why your class, party, retreat, workshop, whatever it is that you are sharing is a unique experience. It's going to be a creative or an opening or whatever experience. When you share those extra details and solutions, you are going to better be able to connect with the right humans that want to show up and will easily love you, trust you, pay for you, whatever it is that you desire. Share your solutions. Okay, tip number 2, this is a huge one and I see lots of people make mistakes with this. Give yourself plenty of time. Do not slide in at the last minute with a quick bit of promo, because we live in an age where social media gives us heaps of dopamine hits and feedback. And so we can feel like we have lots of connection. We can feel like, oh wow, I got tons of likes on that video and everyone's just going to automatically show up and sign up for my classes or my workshops or whatever it is. But that is not the way it works. So don't rely on all of the pings and the hits and the likes and the love hearts if you are actually trying to sell your class, your course, your workshop, or your retreat. Give yourself lots and lots of time. I often say 6 to 12 weeks, even longer, if you are sharing an international retreat, because people need to work out their schedule, they need to work out their finances, they need to work out if it's something that they want to come to spend their time doing. So giving yourself lots of time also means that you'll be able to offer any early birds or discounts or other ways to promote. And if things are not really working or if your message is not getting out, if you give yourself lots of time, then you have the time to pivot or add some more or adjust your message in any way. So don't leave it to the last minute, even though it is very common to get last minute signups. And sometimes you can be feeling really nervous and like no one's signing up and then they all sign up at the last minute. Give yourself lots of time. The third tip is to use multiple sources. That means that if you are relying heavily on one platform, let's say, or one mode of promotion, then that can be a really huge mistake. You may be missing out on potentially connecting with a whole bunch of amazing humans who are not even on that platform at all. So by using multiple sources, online and offline, print and word of mouth, and all of the different creative ways, because obviously you're a creative human and a creative teacher, you're going to better be able to connect with a wider scope of other amazing humans. So if you are just sending out little messages on social media platforms or adding events, they're all really great. Every little angle absolutely helps. Using multiple sources, multiple ways, from flyers to in-person jams to what's on listings, classifieds. Getting to know where your community or your potential students hang out online and offline is going to be super valuable in your promotional efforts. Okay, the next tip is to give them a taste. If I wanted to come to your class, how would I know that I'm going to like it? How would I know your teaching style? Or how would I know kind of what to expect? It's great to give the details and then also to give your solution or the benefits of coming to your class, your workshop, your retreat. But can you give me a taste? Can you give me a little bit more of what I might expect? This might happen for you online or offline. So you might like to share your teaching style or share some tips, or maybe share like short hoop sequences so that you can already start to build a relationship with your community or with your potential students. The more taste tests that you can put out there, like you might collaborate with local studios, you might do hoop jams, you might put something up on YouTube or multiple things on YouTube. It's an ongoing creative process, of course, that shows your teaching style or what you might expect from your classes. The more little taste tests that you can put out there, the more that you're going to tempt your students to come to your offering. And my fifth really important strategy, tip, process is to have an email list and to use it. And I know that that might bamboozle a few people because, again, we live in this age of social media where we get so much connection and feedback and consumption and creativity and dopamine hits from these online offerings that we can think that we have this really direct connection. And yes, we absolutely do. But your email list is something that is yours, and it is a direct line between you and your community, your students, your potential students. In fact, your students or potential students have signed up. They have opted in. They've said, yes, I want to hear from you. And so building your email list, and even if you don't have one or you haven't started, you can always start today. Building your email list means that you are going to have that more intimate connection. You are going to be able to send more detailed or open or maybe personal messages. As we know, our online platforms are ever-changing, elements come and go, ways to connect and share, shift and change. But an email list is an email list. An opt-in or a yes, I would love to hear from you, is a yes from your students and your potential students. So if you haven't already started, it can be as simple as having a sign-up sheet at your next jam, or it could be developing amazing online offerings in return for building your email list. But I highly recommend creating that direct channel, that direct flow of communication with your community. Okay, before you go anywhere, let us know down below in the comments, how do you like to share your offerings? How do you get more students to your classes, parties, workshops, retreats, online or offline? This is a community and we all read through the comments, and so it's all about big love and sharing. If you are desiring to be a hoop teacher, or you're thinking about it, you're a little bit nervous, you're opening up to the idea, head on over to hooplovecoaching.com. There's lots of details over there. You can also send me some messages or let me know down below if you have any questions about what it's like to be a hoop teacher. The real deal, I promise. I hope that these tips were super helpful, and I look forward to hearing your tips as well. Big hoop love from me to you. Mwah.